very well. You're moving yourself very well. Who do you want next?
Who do I want next? Yeah. People always ask me that, and I say in particular, there's nobody in particular.
Yeah.
We just want the world titles. We want the belts. And that's what we're looking forward to.
Okay.
You know, so whoever has the world title belts at 135, that's what we want. You guys know the names? That's what we're going for.
There's Lomachenko. There's, let me see, he has the WBO and the WBA. There's Richard Conley, who just won the IBF. The WBC, Mikey Garcia, I believe, is still in possession of it. Yeah. He's getting ready to fight Errol Spence.
So he might vacate it.
He might vacate it.
That's up for grabs.
So if he vacated, you think he might get a shot at it?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now this
only time will tell.
Okay. There's a lot of fighters in and around your division. Tank Davis at 130, looking to move up to 135. Robert Easter possibly still staying at 135. Jamel Herring, 135. 130, maybe moving up to 135. What are your thoughts on like everybody and Devin Haney?
At 135, the best one doing it right now is Teofimo Lopez.
Gotcha.
Most talked about, they say I'm the most feared man right now at 135.
Gotcha.
They gotta show that they can do it. The guys from 130, they come 35. You can't just give them the crown without showing that they can handle the guys, the big boys at 35. You know, and vice versa and stuff. I mean, at the end of the day too, it's this is my. I'm moving up to 140.
Okay.
So this is my last year. Whether Tank Davis, whether I can't even believe I'm saying this, Devin Haney or anything. If they get to that point, and if they can get us before we leave, then there you go.
Okay.
And we don't deputize nobody. But I'm not gonna wait for none of these guys.
Okay.
What are they gonna do for me?
Okay.
I'm gonna whoop their ass. What are they gonna do for me?
Okay.
But I'm not gonna wait for them for no reason. My body wants to keep growing. You know, we don't go up too big for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, but then I'm gonna go up to 140, make my name there, work my way up again, and then we take over the 140 division on top of that.
So you're hoping to get a shot at the title at 135,
yes,
and then move up to 140 before you go to 140
yes,
to be like a multi-division champion.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, but because I started at 135.
Yeah.
Want to finish it right, and then move up to 140.
When can we expect to see you back in the ring?
April 20th, Madison Square Garden on the. It was already scheduled during my camp for February 2nd when I fought Diego Magdaleno.
Yeah.
It was already confirmed. Bob Arum had said it. He wanted to take me to the press conference tour.
Yeah.
With Dub, but he was like, I was like, I don't think. And then they talked about it. Like, no, we can't because we can't promote 2 fights. We haven't done this one yet.
Yeah.
But they're excited. They wanted to make sure I was good, and that's confirmed. April 20th. Do we know who yet? We don't. But I will find out at the same time you guys will find out.
Okay.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Boxing Facts for Fiction. I need you to do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon for more videos like this. So it looks like your boy Teofimo Lopez wants all the smoke. He wants all the champions. He's not straying away from any challenge. He wants to fight the best. He supports fighting the best, and he wants to show the world that he is the best fighter in the world. And I like that. I like the fact that 20-year-old Teofimo Lopez is not afraid to get in there with tough guys. He wants to fight the best at 135. The interviewer asked him about all the tough guys at 135. He says, I want all the champions. You know, whichever one comes up first, I want all the champions. It don't matter. Because the interviewer was like, what name do you want at 135? We all know who's at 135, all the champions at 135. The champions at 135 is Vasyl Lomachenko. He has 2 belts. He has the WBA and the WBO belt. And then we have Richard Conley with the IBF belt. And we got Mikey Garcia with the WBC belt. But it looks like Mikey Garcia is going to vacate that WBC belt like he vacated his IBF belt. But only time will tell. But with that being said, Teofimo Lopez looked like he wants. I don't think he's gonna fight Vasyl Lomachenko anytime soon. Vasyl Lomachenko has 2 belts, and he's scheduled to fight Richard Conley to add the 3rd belt to his collection. I think Vasyl Lomachenko is trying to go for undisputed champion. Now, there's a possibility he could fight Vasyl Lomachenko if Mikey Garcia is able to vacate that WBC belt and stay at 147. The kid has a shot to go for that WBC belt and then meet Lomachenko later. that'd be a great fight. That fight could probably be pay-per-view, even though the kid is 20 years old. He get a pay-per-view fight with Vasyl Lomachenko for undisputed champion. I mean, I don't see Vasyl Lomachenko stopping the guy. I see Vasyl Lomachenko probably winning a unanimous decision as of right now. I see Lomachenko outclassing the kid if he doesn't get caught with nothing crazy. But that would be a great fight, though. I would pay to see it. But the interviewer asked him, name a lot of guys who he could fight. And he just said he wanted the champions. He even named guys at 130 like Gervonta Tank Davis. He was like, man, don't focus on the guys at 130. We got to focus on the guys at 135. How do we know they can hang with bigger guys at 135? As for now, I want to focus on the guys at 135. And I'm growing. Eventually, I'm going to move up to 140. But I like how Teofimo Lopez talk, man. He sounds really confident when he talks, man. And he makes it very believable. I mean, he believes in his abilities. He believes how good he is. This is the same guy that said he sparred Guillermo Rigondeaux at a young age, at 16 years old, and he said he gave Guillermo Rigondeaux that work. I mean, he sparred a lot of top fighters, and he said he gave them that work. And he also talks about fighting on the undercard of Terence Crawford versus Amir Khan. He said he already had that date. He was gonna go on a promotional tour, but they was already promoting this fight with Jesse Magdaleno, so he couldn't go on the tour with Terence Crawford. But he's fighting on the undercard on pay-per-view already. He's fighting on pay-per-view. He's fighting on the pay-per-view undercard of Terence Crawford versus Amir Khan. You know, the kid is getting a lot of early success. I mean, he's getting a lot of fan base, a lot of big fan base. Like he said a lot of interesting stuff that I like. He said he wants to bring new fans to boxing. That's why he does the Fortnite dance. That's why he do backflips and all that other funny stuff he does. And I agree with the kid. I agree with Teofimo Lopez. Him doing the Fortnite dance. It brings a lot of gamers to boxing. It brings a lot of new fans, a lot of new faces. And he says he want to bring a whole lot of new followers to follow him. And I'm okay with that. The kid is really marketing himself in a way where he can become a global superstar if he continues to do what he does. But he just has to look great every time. And I remember watching the fight, Jesse Magdaleno, his fight with Jesse Magdaleno. The commentator, they were saying some of the stuff I be thinking. They were saying that the kid goes in there and look for style points. Style points pretty much like he goes in there and try to end the fight in spectacular fashion. Like he wants to look good doing it. Like he goes in there to put on a show, like he's competing for the Heisman Trophy or something like that. That's how he goes in there. I mean, there hasn't been a Teofimo Lopez fight where people don't talk about after the fight's over. After every single Teofimo Lopez fight, everybody has something good to say, or there's some type of controversial topic and everybody has something to say, whether it's good or bad. But there are people talking about him, and that's what he likes. He likes when people are talking about him constantly. So I feel like he's drawing a lot of attention to himself. You know, if he keeps this up, he keeps going the direction that he's going, he's going to be an even bigger name than a Vasyl Lomachenko. Because it looks like a lot of people is starting to know Teofimo Lopez more than they may know Vasyl Lomachenko if the kid continued to keep getting the push from Bob Arum and all of them. If he continued to get the push that he's getting from Bob Arum and them, he's going to become a major star. He's going to sell out stadiums. He's going to have a lot of Hispanic following him. A lot of Hondurans followers following him, and just a lot of people just following his career because he's an entertainer. He brings entertainment every time he fights. It's an action-packed fight. He's never been in a boring fight. I personally haven't seen Teofimo Lopez in any boring fight. This is why he's one of my favorite fighters today. Because when I watch boxing for the entertainment. I don't watch it to see a guy go 12 rounds. I watch it for the knockout. And I'm sure a lot of you fans and you fanboys can attest to that. I say, I watch it for the knockouts. I don't watch it to see a guy go 12 rounds. Like a Floyd Mayweather. I'm not going to knock Floyd Mayweather. He did what he had to do, but I don't want to watch 12 rounds. I want to watch a guy like Teofimo Lopez go in there, break his man down, and stop him in an impressive fashion. Teofimo Lopez, Terrence Crawford, and Earl Spence Jr. Those guys, they put on the show. And I like watching stuff like that.